comes Legos, bricks and toys.
Alright, toy fans. So, hey, got my trauma card. I'm ready for another build, another bag's worth of build. We've got everything set. We can probably put this thing up over here. I only need it in emergencies, right? So we got our box up here. Out of our police urban convoy, we need all of bag 2. Now, bag 2 has got 1, 2, 3 bags here. And making sure the rest is all, 3 and 4. So, we're working on bag 2 today. That's where we're going to be. So, we're going to put this here. We've got our lights we're going to put right over here. Our minifig, I'm going to call him Driver Jax. Dude is pretty cool. Like, I really dig him. Got our, of course, our brick separator. Let's push our extras up here. And then put extras up there. We'll actually put our printed pieces up here. And then everything that is going to be our parts for our light kit stuff, we're going to put over here. I kind of want to keep them kind of separate just so we have them set. Got some, interesting enough, I got some like nail stamping stuff because I'm going to start looking at maybe doing some custom figures here and there. So I might be pulling out some stamping techniques, learning stamping, learning how to do some custom figures, figuring out what platform to put them on, sell you guys some stuff. Some of them I'll keep, like Bluebell ice cream, man. I play with what I can, then I sell the rest. If you know, you know. That used to be my dad's favorite thing back in the day, joking about Bluebell ice cream. He was like, oh yeah, I love me some Bluebell. Alright, now right here for the figures, since I've got an open bag, I'm going to go ahead and take all the extra figure hands and the extra arms. I'm going to put them in here because we don't really need those out. Boom, put them over there. Number 2. It was their number 1 bag. They treated it like number 2, and there you go. Alright, so let's see. Boom. Got some sort of weird ad thing over here. You know, I like listening to my music, right? Of course, I can't ever tell half the time when it's actually playing. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so bag 2, bag F. F is already open. At this point, we're kind of building into these sections here. So we've got 1 inverted bracket, a 1x2, and then a 1x1 plate. So 2 oranges, 1 black. I might have to recycle that thing. I'll be not wanting to play. I always hate it when it's like you're ending up with all these problems. You're like, well, is it supposed to go somewhere? Oy vey. You know what? We're gonna go with an oldie but goodie because at least I can trust that one. That's my buddy Odd Behavior. If I can get it up and going. Okay. Apparently it is everything. I must have knocked off my speaker somewhere. So there you go. Well, moving on from there, because obviously you did not show up to listen to me have to deal with computer problems. So we're going to kind of move on from there. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Because I really wanted to listen to something. Alright. So we're going to put that bracket down there. And then we get a black 1x2. No, there's one in here. There we go. Black 1x2. It's going to go in between. And hopefully they have us putting like a console and stuff up. My guess is yes, we will be. But look at that. It's got a system lock. There's some really cool stuff in this. I must admit. Like, I absolutely love. Yeah, that's obviously not working. So. We'll try that again. Yeah, I don't know what in the world's going on with that. I'll just close those out. All right. So, we've got that one there, and now we're putting down a steering wheel. Now, their steering wheels, they bag theirs separately. So, this is kind of like old school Lego. When you have to put your steering wheel in the steering column. Lumibricks makes you do that. I'm like all sorts of dysregulated right now. Like, hardcore dysregulated. Too much going on. Of course, I waited till the very last minute. I'm actually filming this at night. And I hung out and was chit-chatting with people, but I really wanted to come in here and do something, and so now it's the end of the night and I'm restless, so it's like, well, I guess now I gotta come in and build or do something on that level. And I gotta tell you, that is hardcore. One of my biggest things with having an Aspie brain is when you get dysregulated and it's hard to come back down or to do something or to go and, you know, just go to bed. Sometimes it's hard to do. And, you know, thing is, it's like, I don't want to take medication for it. I know some people do. Sometimes I'll take like a vitamin or something that'll help me. Look at that. Isn't that nice? But all in all, like, exercise I could do, but like when I do exercise late at night, it tends to make me very, very, very awake. So that's not going to help the situation any. But yeah, I think all in all, it's like, oh man, just kind of like not wide awake, but it's like my brain is waiting for me to do something of consequence for it. And so sometimes, like, I want to keep that good relationship with the family and all this, so I go and, you know, I want to do what's right by them, so it's like I spend all the time I can. But then at the end of the night, I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, I can't actually tone down any. And that is hardcore. That is kind of like my years in a nutshell. So eventually, one day, I'll get settled. One of my biggest things is I want to spend as much time as I can sometimes with my kid, because, you know, there's going to come a point when he doesn't want to spend that time with me. So it's like, if I can be there and spend the time, I want to do it. Great kid. Great kid. Alright, so we've got this piece in here. We are now putting that one in here, and then we got one more plate up. So we're starting to run these plates in, so we'll be putting wires across through here. Now there's the two things on each side for the police, the light up things. So I have a feeling these are going to be going across in that direction. Let me come over here and refix this. I missed part of my step. Goes in here, so our wire should be going across there. Yep. Alright, so it's this one right here. And this is going to go right across here. And drag both of these right to there. And I'm going to use that tool to push those down. And then we have a bracket, a 1 by 1 by 1 by 2 bracket. It's an actual bracket too. It's not even like a inverted bracket that's going the opposite direction. But now it's like I need both of my hands and I can't use them. All right, so this is oh, I see. All right, so that one's going here, and then we're going to be running this wire back through. Okay, so this is, let's go ahead, and I'm going to really push that wire in, and then this wire needs to go back this direction and come out over there as well. Okay. Yeah, there's quite a bit, wire-wise, there's quite a bit to this because of that right there. Boom. All right. So we should have one coming down, one going out this direction. And I'm guessing we're doing that because we're going to be using this slot here to put one on this side and then one on this side so we can have our police signs. So makes sense. It does. It's like one of those where I'm looking at it like, oh, but it makes total sense. And we'll probably be using this slot here to run the wire across. Now it says that I need another bracket, like another drop bracket. Oh, that one's going to be going right here. Okay. So we'll be putting this drop bracket right here over this one. So I should have a 2 and a 1. And then we're creating a new bracket slot. So 1 and then 1, 2 of these plates. So we're stacking 1, 2 plates together. We're going to put it on this inverted bracket, a 1 by 2 by 1 by 2 inverted bracket. And let's take a look at how, let's see. Okay, so it looks like this is going right up here. I was wondering if it had something to do with like stamping out the wire. Apparently it has nothing to do with that. We're just putting it right up on top. It shows this kind of pouring out the side over here. I'm keeping it as is for right now. We'll deal with that in a minute. But yeah, now we are building, it looks like, the lock mechanism. So we've got our wedge, we've got our half jumper tile, and then we've got our system locked. That's a pretty cool tile, and it's translucent orange, which makes it even more devilishly cool. And then we're going to go and put this on there. Okay. And then this is supposed to fit right onto here. Boom. So kind of like this. Now this doesn't light up, but that's okay because it still very, very much looks the part. I dig it. Now it's kind of misjudging a little bit because the pictures make it look brighter than it is. And so it looks like it's glowing, but it doesn't glow. And that's something that really needs to be mentioned and forethoughted and really put into place. It does not glow, people. It doesn't. So, just FYI, be aware. All right. Now, I'm going to tuck these in here. I'm more afraid of breaking the wires on these. Tuck them all in the back. Yeah, the one thing, and what I would definitely say, now, again, I love Lumibricks. It's like one of my favorite block building companies. But I will definitely say, when it comes to wires and all that, that whole kind of age range of 16 up, it makes a ton of sense on why they are considered 16 up. It's just not really meant for kids, like not at all. 16, I think, is kind of a good starting age. It kind of puts them in a spot where it's like, they don't really have as many toys, and so a lot of their stuff are priced higher for, adult collectors, things like that. But the pieces they have and the stuff they have, A, are phenomenal, but B, they really do fit the mark of being just such a cool build overall. Like an extraordinarily cool build. Alright, so this is going to go here. That's going to fit onto here, right? Looks like it. Okay, and then we need a dark gray bracket and a black ingot. So we're doing my favorite thing, which is always a big pet peeve. Whole bunch of different parts. And we're just building them and slowly sticking one onto the other. It'll make sense in a minute, but I'm definitely like, am I going to crash out? Why? I'm like, it's okay, man. It's okay. All right. So here's where we need to start paying attention, right? Okay. So we've got our wire here. We're going to go ahead and run that wire down through there. And then this is going right on top of here. So let's make sure both those wires are pushed down in there. See, there's a part of me that's like, this might have made more sense to not do it this way, because now I'm more afraid of pinching the wire. I'm more afraid of pinching that wire because I don't have like a plate or something small going on top. Instead, I've got a whole unit that's going on top. Okay, I think I got it. So that goes in like this, and then this is supposed to go and fit right into here. We're gonna gently push it into place. Make sure that it is still functioning. Oh my God. Of course, I have no idea what I just shot off the end of this build. Like, none whatsoever. Like, I'm like, what just shot off of there? Oh no. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'll have to... That's not good. Oh my God. And it bounced around somewhere in here. There's a good chance I might actually have to end this and come back to it. Let's see. Oh my God. Yeah. There's a part of me that's thinking, hey, you're in trouble zone right now for some odd reason. Something is just there. It's working against me right now. All right. So, okay, let's do this. I'm going to continue working a little bit further. I haven't seen what I'm missing, perchance. I don't know if I'm missing anything. I know something flew off somewhere. I have no idea what it is. I'm currently looking to see what in the world it could have been. But it looks like I have everything there. Ah, I figured it out. it's that little brick on the bottom of this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take another one. I should be able to find that. And I'm going to place that one there. That's what it was. Okay, so I knocked off a support piece on the bottom. So we're going to continue on until we can't actually go any further. So that's how I'm going to run this. We're going to put a 1x8 tile there, a 1x8 plate there. This is the problem of like live streaming things, you know what I mean? Well, not live streaming, but like it's recording as of live. And yeah, I make mistakes, man, just like everybody. Usually they send you one extra. If I've got one extra, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll have to find it later. Thankfully, I know what it is. So I'm not like in crash out zone right now going, oh my god, what is it? So I at least know what it is. Okay, this is going right down here and plugging in on the bottom. So there's a lot of like nice square up design here, which looks pretty good. And now we need, and we're working in orange. Oh, I love orange. Okay. Aren't you glad I didn't say purple? Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Don't encourage them. So there we go. So we got kind of a tail light. Now it has its own light. It's got a red light in the back. But we are also putting some kind of faux turn signal lights and other lights kind of on the back. Just to give it that sort of funky fresh, you know, cyberpunk sort of look. Which is what we all strive for. We all strive for a funky fresh cyberpunk sort of look, don't we? Every morning I wake up and that's my first thing. How cyberpunk do I look right now? Which, if you know me, is definitely not the case. I don't know, man. I got a trauma card now, so I might start looking for some cool jackets to wear around. Be like super cool. Put my trauma card in there. Maybe get a slat tattoo on my neck. I'm sure that would go over extraordinarily well with my work. Just FYI. I'm sure they're gonna look at that and be like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. That's not what we're gonna do. Okay. I got one piece. It's not wanting a stud. I might actually have to reach out. I've had to do that before when I had a stud that just would not stay clutched down. It was a light kit stud. Alright, so we need 2 of these plates. Now, before I get going on this, I actually need to look and see what it is they're saying. So we've got our lights that are going through there. Am I correct? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. So it's just, we've already got the lights or the wires in there. We're just making sure they're pushed down. 1, 2, and it looks like we are moving on now. Now we need one of our proprietary bricks and then a proprietary plate. And let's see how they want us to do this. So we've got 1 and 2, so we should have channel going in. Bada boom. Get on in there, buddy. And one more channel going in here. Listen, again, if you're wanting to get this set, I've got the link down there for my affiliate in the show notes. So definitely go and get yourself a set. This is pretty cool. Now, I've already run into an issue here. And here's my issue. I'm not gonna lie. this is a little tight, like a little too tight. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to lift, if I can, this whole piece up. And then I need to pull some of this slack out. So let's go ahead and pull. Alright, gotta drop this. Sometimes when you look and you realize, hey, it's a little bit tighter than it should be, that meant that a wire's pinched or something. It's just not sitting quite the way that you feel it should, and it can be a problem, for sure. Okay. All right. So I finally got this thing. Now to put it all back together. That's the key. Okay, so that goes to here. That's supposed to go down to there. Alright. Let's... I'm going to go ahead and put this here. I'm going to cheat it just a little bit. And the reason why is because I need to pull the slack out. But I also don't want to pinch these wires. That's absolutely the last thing I want, is to destroy the wires on my build. So, set that up here. And it's a tight fit, I'm not going to lie. It is absolutely a tight fit. Pop this off the back right here. And then all right, guys. Perseverance, right? Perseverance. That's what I usually tell the kids. I understand why they are wanting us to put this together in a specific way. However, it also doesn't bode well when you are also trying to make sure... I don't even know where these go. So that goes in like this. These are going to go right on the end. Okay. So one of the key characteristics. So, and this is again why I say, honestly, you need to be kind of 16 and up for these particular sets. And the reason why is because if you are building and you're doing all this stuff and you get into these sets and I've done something wrong. Okay, that goes there. This goes up here. I need to go backwards a little bit. What I am finding is that if things are not lined up correctly, it's going to cause problems. And if you don't give yourself enough slack, it will also cause issues. Okay, so that needs to come off. And then this needs to go here, am I correct? Well, this is not... I'm crashing out. It has nothing to do... It has more to do with the fact that it's probably late and I probably shouldn't be doing this. Okay, so now I've got 2 parts left over. I don't know why. I don't know where they come from. I'm sure they go to something in here, but for the life of me, I couldn't tell you what. And that just does not bode well for me. Does everything still work? That's one thing, like, I like that we're hiding the switch, but man, that switch is hard to get to. Okay. So, this all still works, and it works great. I'm just not sure, like, we have 2 extra pieces that are stacked. Obviously, they're stacked. I don't know why they're stacked. This is not a, hey, you know, I stacked these and put them off to the side for a reason. For some reason, there's some sort of stack. Let's look back and see if we have anything that has 2 stacked bricks. Or 2 stacked plates, I should say. Yeah, I'm not too keen on this method. Found it. Okay. This goes right back here. So all of this to hopefully give myself a little bit more, yeah, there we go. A little bit more room. Because before it wouldn't fit. It did not have enough slack. So you have to be careful when you are building. I'm going to go ahead and say it. You really, really, really want to make sure you've got enough slack in the build. Because otherwise you are going to run into all sorts of problems. Now we've got these 2 plates on. That's done. Am I correct? No. That's going to... Tay, what have you done, man? What have you done? So this one down here, does it get... I gotta go backwards here. Where did I miss something? In the initial, okay, so that... Okay. Let's go back one more over here. Okay, does that look right? This does not look right. I think that's supposed to be... Okay, stop. So, I believe this... Like, when did we put these plates on? And why won't that come off now? There's like every single part of me is saying, bro, just stop. But I can't seem to do it. I don't want to do it. Okay. Now we're on this side. Done. We're here. I'm going to push these over here. And I'm still trying to figure out... Those come next. Okay. Okay, so we got 2 that go there. There. Now we're over here. Okay. Now that we're over here. Good Lord. I was off on the wrong thing. Okay, so again, sometimes, and I would encourage people, if you are in a pinch, you're not sure what to do, you're like, I am not getting this right now. there comes a point, if you stop, that's okay. That's okay. Most people would expect us to stop. I'm a little bit different breed of brain. I don't think I've quite learned not to. Alright. See, I did something else wrong. So, in this, we should have the wire coming out. Oh, man. Pull these pieces off. And, like, I've got to divvy down right over here to this without destroying absolutely every single thing that I've done. Okay. Okay, so initially I thought it was, hey, we've got this, get out of there. Initially I thought it was this kind of like, good Lord. Oh my God, it's turned on me. Lord, please. Okay. Hey guys, guess what? You're gonna see it the first time in my life. A build has beat me down to the point that I cannot live stream and do this at the same time. Lumibricks, you got me. You got me. I'm not gonna discard this one. I still think it would be an amazing build, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it out front. There's some difficult wire work in this. So if you're not quite sure, or if you've got, if you're like 16, you're like, be wary. There's some hardcore wire work in this, and you really have got to pay attention on where things are going. It doesn't help with the bricks all being black, so you've got black with like little white outlines. It's really hard to tell where things are going. Be wary of this. I love this set still, but this is definitely, I'm going to kind of spice it up as, hey, I'm tired. It's, late at night when I'm doing this. Obviously, it's not going to premiere that way, but just keep in mind, there's some difficulty to this. So I'm going to have to finish building it off camera, unfortunately. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. You'll be alerted anything comes from me to you. Like this video, helps you to know what you like, what I'm making. All the normal stuff. Affiliate link in the bottom. I gotta go. Hey, I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build. Happy brick hunting, and I will see you at bag 3.